Thank you, Rob. How are you? Andy, you can go ahead and find an X.
Yes, sir. I'll take the one over here. Opposite of you.
Somebody's going to see it, though. It's a tight shot.
Yeah, they don't see you. See,
When you talk,
and this time, Rebecca, I'll make sure. And, even though I've done this much, the question came from over here, so just
Look straight at the camera.
look at the camera.
yeah, well, that's deep.
Is there a
Water.
all my years working here? Never been in this room.
Well, first time for you.
Yeah, right?
Andy?
Sir? Thanks, Alex. Actually, I'm going to do it. Probably not.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm joined today by our Chief of Police, Dave Nislight, and Andy Field, who's the Park and Rec Director for the City of San Diego. Today I'm going to provide just a few updates on our beaches and bays, obviously a big weekend, the reopening of our golf courses, an update on our shelter to home at the Convention Center, and lastly highlighting San Diegans that are continuing to step up. Let me begin by thanking all San Diegans for staying classy out there. You're doing a great job. This is going to be an important weekend to keep it up. Now's the time we actually have to really redouble our efforts for the weekend. I'm going to continue to advocate for you at all levels, but we need your help, we need your cooperation, and we need your patience. We cannot go backwards. We're not going to. We are not going to lose all of the gains that we've made. So let's continue to do the right thing, not the wrong thing. You see some of those people who do the wrong thing, but we're going to keep it up. And remind, if you see anybody not doing the right thing, about social distancing, about following the rules, about wearing the masks, and about helping everyone. And we'll get to helping everyone, particularly on the beaches this weekend. Let's also make sure, as I said before, that you're wearing that facial covering, and particularly, obviously, it's mandatory now when you're out in public within 6 feet of another person. Another update, of course, our neighborhood parks are open, but they are open for limited use. Our beaches and bays and oceans are open for limited use, and we like to keep it that way. And in fact, we want to go to phase 2. Again, so that's why this weekend is very important for doing the right thing. San Diegans, you are. We're continuing to flatten that curve, as you heard from an update from our county officials today. It's no time for complacency. So let's keep it up. Let's follow those rules. Talked about beaches. I talked about bays. One more thing. Parking lots remain closed. And for a list of all of these things, you can go, obviously, to sandiego.gov/coronavirus. Let's keep up with the common sense. I'm going to ask our Chief of Police, Dave Nislight. We are going to have officers out there, of course, this weekend with our lifeguards and our beaches and bays, making sure everybody's doing the right thing. Chief, thank you for all of our men and women out in the department, and you could come on up and just say a few words.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, as the mayor was stressing, this is a very important weekend. So what I'm going to stress and what I'm going to ask is that collaboration, that cooperation, and teamwork of let's make certain that we continue to do a great job. The feedback I got today, again, San Diegans were following the rules. We were enjoying the beach. We were getting out there. We were swimming. We were surfing. We were running and jogging and walking along the shoreline. But we were maintaining that physical distancing that's so very important. So as we move into the weekend, folks, I need to stress that we continue these rules. You'll see a very robust presence of both police and lifeguards out on the sand. Reminder, the boardwalk, the piers, and our parking lots are still closed. You can access the beach to get to the water or to run or walk along the shoreline, but there is no sitting on the sand at this particular time. And again, I want to focus and just say, folks, we need to make certain this weekend we play by all the rules. The sooner we do this and we continue to do this, we move on, as the mayor was just saying, to phase 2, which I know everybody wants to get to. One area I would like to ask for help is in Sunset Cliffs. We're still seeing quite a few people come down right at sunset and after to watch the red tide. And I understand it's a great thing to see, but we're inundating the area of Sunset Cliffs. We're not being able to do that physical distancing, so you'll see officers out there reminding those folks. Also, as a reminder today, effective today, we have to mandatory facial coverings. So what you're going to see is you're going to see a very robust group of officers out in Sunset Cliffs. But the other problem I want to get to is we're creating quite a bit of traffic congestion. It's becoming a problem for both police and fire rescue to get in for calls for service. So please, I ask you to stay out of the area. It's just we need to social distance that area, and I appreciate your cooperation. As San Diegans, we're doing great, and I look forward to a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you for that update. Topic 2 is golf courses are now open, and I'm going to ask our Park and Rec Director, Andy Field, to talk about the opening, to see how it went, and again, to make sure that we're doing the right thing and we keep it up when it comes to us being able to continue to do more things in our public spaces. Andy, come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and good evening, fellow San Diegans. I want to thank everyone who's come out to the golf courses today and did their part to follow the rules that are posted for social distancing and related activities at the golf courses. Your cooperation and vigilance is appreciated. As everyone knows, golf is one of the most popular sports in San Diego, with the city's 3 municipal golf courses at Balboa Park, Mission Bay, and Torrey Pines among the busiest facilities here in San Diego County. Last year, more than 320,000 rounds of golf were played at the City of San Diego municipal golf courses. And once we were given approval to reopen our facilities today, we knew demand would be high and people would be itching to come back and play golf. Since reopening our online registration system late yesterday afternoon, more than 7,500 rounds have been booked at our courses, and we anticipate to be completely full through next Thursday. Additionally, more than 250 residents have signed up for our city resident ID card in the last 24 hours, which is easily a new single-day record for the city. And while we know everyone is excited to get back out on the course, we want to make sure you are still being vigilant and keeping yourselves, your fellow golfers, and city staff safe. With that in mind, I'd like to go over what the public can expect when they come to play golf at our facilities this weekend. First, golfers will not be allowed to park on property unless they have a tee time, and walk-on play will be extremely limited due to the high demand. Golf staff will be greeting golfers and confirming tee times when they arrive, so please have your tee times ready and have that information with you as you enter the facility. When you arrive, please be sure to be wearing your facial coverings, as that's required by county regulations. And once you're on the course, you may remove your facial covering as long as you're maintaining the 6 feet of social distancing. Each of our courses have implemented special safety measures to optimize the safety of golfers and our staff. We appreciate you continuing to follow the guidelines to protect the health of everyone at the facility. Please be reminded that you can only walk the course and golf carts will not be available. Finally, credit card is the only method of payment that we're accepting at this time. Please do not bring cash to pay for your round. We want to thank everyone for following these parameters as they get out there and play some golf, and we look forward to seeing you soon at one of our municipal golf courses. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you for that update. Thank you for you and your team doing a great job out there. Next up, Operation Shelter to Home. The great work happening at the out at the convention center. To date, city staff has logged more than 4,300 hours in counting out there. A lot of our employees helping our providers, and I wanted to thank all of them. The fact that we have our city employees out there, they helped with our lifeguards, the initial setup. They're really transitioning from some of their regular duties to help homeless individuals that are staying out at the convention center. We had more than 90 park and rec staff that aided in the initial setup. As I mentioned, our lifeguards have been out there. Our library staff has been out really assisting our housing navigators. So this is really force multiplying with folks that are coming in the convention center to try to provide those services, whether that's paperwork, housing applications, unemployment applications, intake services, with one goal: how do we help transition folks out? So thank you to all of the city teams. Few numbers for you. We have 1,135 people as of this morning. We have done 1,124 tests have been administered. We have about over 760. Those tests have been by 765 shelter residents and 359 staff or volunteers. We've had 932 negative tests, 171 tests are pending, and we have 3 positive. Again, all those are folks that are asymptomatic. Anybody with symptoms, of course, is removed right away. We continue to believe that we will have more folks test positive, and most will obviously continue to be negative, but we're being diligent out there. We're being diligent in the testing to make sure that everyone is safe. And again, a big thank you to the Lucky Duck Foundation for providing the resources for that testing. Topic 4, San Diegans stepping up in this great time of need. Today, story comes from a local team we all know, the San Diego Seals lacrosse team. Of course, they've halted their season because of COVID-19, but that hasn't stopped them from giving back to our community. As you know, our medical professionals and first responders are working tirelessly to keep us safe. So last week, the Seals owner, Joe Tsai, donated over 500,000 PPE, personal protective equipment, to UCSD Health, including face masks and goggles. The Seals also know that our restaurant industry has been hit particularly hard. And so the team got creative, and they partnered with Woku Ramen in Pacific Beach to provide meals for those folks that are on the front line. Woku Ramen made the meals at a discount, and the Seals paid for all of them. In the end, this support of our local restaurants resulted in about 250 meals served to medical workers and first responders as a show of appreciation. And over at the Seals organization, they like to say, we are stronger together, and I couldn't agree more, because we work together and we support one another. So thank you, San Diego Seals. Thank you to Woku Ramen for stepping up and helping our neighbors out in need. We will continue to get through this together. We will continue to see positive changes. Next week, I will be giving more specific updates on all of the efforts in terms of our business advisory reopening group. Been spending a lot of time and energy on that this week, and I think some good positive information that we'll be talking about Monday and Tuesday. As the chief said, an important weekend for everybody. Let's get out there and making sure the stay-at-home ordinance is home. But when you are out there, be out there for a brief amount of time. The beach is for exercise only, to go out there and then come back home. We've done a great job. Let's continue to set a great example for the rest of the state and the rest of the nation, San Diego. Keep it up. With that, I will pause for any questions from members of the media.
Today's first question comes from Kasia Grigorczyk with Fox 5.
Hello, Kasia.
Hello, Mayor. Thank you. You guys really did a great job of covering all the key points. I did just want to ask, last month you had said April was such a critical month, and now that we are starting the beginning of a new month, today being May 1st, I just wanted to ask what your key message is looking ahead for May.
Yeah, no, thank you. My key message is keep it up. April was an incredibly important month on a lot of sectors, but first and primarily the health sector and flattening that curve, working in conjunction with our county public health officials. And it goes hand in hand. And so as we've seen that positive movement, as we've seen our ability to open up neighborhood parks, the beaches, golf courses, others, it's incredibly important that we don't give back those gains You know, as I said, next week we're going to talk a lot about our preparations to be ready to reopen businesses. I'm excited to talk about that because there's been a lot of work in there. May will be a very important time for all of that, working with the county. Once that statewide order is lifted, San Diego is going to be ready to go. With that, that was our only question for today. Thank you, San Diegans. Keep up the good work. I look forward to seeing everybody on Monday. Thank you.